In the year 2016, 330 million people were affected by drought. More than 76 million people were hit by drinking water scarcity. More than 50 lakh farmers are hit by drought and are unable to cultivate their lands. Rivers of India are dying. Studies show that 30% of Kaveri has dried up. 50% of Uttarakhand rivers have dried up. Godavari has dried up for the first time in 2016. We need to bring our rivers back to life. We need to plant trees on 1 kilometer on either side of the rivers. We have assumed that in India, 60% of the lands in the floodplains are privately owned farmlands and 40% belong to the government. So what's a floodplain? The floodplain of a river are the areas on either side of the river that become part of the extended river bed when floods occur. Basically, a floodplain is created by the deposition of mineral-rich soil carried by the river from its origin. So we need to plant trees on either side of the rivers. But how does this work? Let's see. Clouds that are formed by the evaporation of water in the sea travels across land. These clouds come down as rain only when they become heavier. Only trees can make the clouds heavier because they transpire or emit water vapor. In simple terms, this is called sweating of the trees. This water vapor carries small organic particles from the trees, and when it reaches the clouds, this is called seeding of the clouds. This is a commonly understood phenomena to prove why trees are important to bring rain on land. It has been observed by various forestry experts that even a landmass of 1 square kilometer with forest cover can seed and harvest the clouds for rain. Now, when we plant trees over 1 kilometer on either side of the river, we are bringing the rain to the rivers and thus bringing our rivers back to life. To make this happen, we propose to plant a dense forest in government-owned lands along the river floodplain areas and plant horticulture fruit tree crops in lands privately owned by farmers. We need the government to make a policy to support this initiative. But if the government has to take up this initiative, the following aspects are compulsory preconditions for the project to see measurable results. Number 1. Saturation model. For any work on the river to have the desired effect, it has to be implemented on the entire length of a river. Therefore, the initiative of floodplain tree plantation has to be done from the start of the floodplain of a river up to the estuary zone of the river, that is, where the river meets the ocean. Farmers in the target area of 1 kilometer in the floodplain area are eligible for subsidies irrespective of the size of the area of land they hold. Number 2. Production of quality planting material. By establishing nurseries, a tree plantation activity of this scale at a width of 1 kilometer on both sides of rivers running hundreds of kilometers will require millions of quality planting material. This activity will in itself take more than a few years. Without getting this started, it will be difficult to imagine a planned implementation of floodplain tree plantation. Number 3. Declaration of floodplains to be a chemical-free zone. According to the definition of what a river is by Government of India, as shared above, Nirmal Dhara, unpolluted flow is a compulsory requirement. Therefore, it becomes necessary that the trees grown on the floodplain do not use any chemicals to ensure good quality of water of the river. Number 4. Institutionalization of riverine community farmers through farmer-producer organizations. The biggest bane of the farming community in India is its lack of organization. By helping farmers join farmer-producer organizations, the government can provide and implement schemes to these large groups seamlessly. Their aggregated produce will get them a better bargaining price. Number 5. Behavior change communication activity for farmers. Floodplain farmers are usually the better off ones of the entire farming community. The process of transitioning from their present profitable crop to tree plantation will be a challenging one. Until and unless farmers are educated on the importance of their conversion, it will be difficult to see change in cropping pattern and water usage. Number 6. Mandatory micro-irrigation practice in floodplains. micro irrigation will give more crop per drop. It efficiently uses water to increase crop yields. Number 7. Institutional setup to provide certification of organic produce. When farmers' produce are organically certified by the government, they get a better price for the produce. Number 8. Branding and marketing of graded produce and value-added produce. The government should develop clear branding and marketing strategies for the fruits and the processed products that come from them. Number 9. Special economic zones for fruits. Right now, 70% of India's fruits are going waste because of lack of access to processing units which convert them into non-perishable products like jam, squash, etc. Agro-processing units should be set up at quick intervals of say 25 kilometers each. Number 10. Consumer awareness generation. Importance of consuming fruits and health benefits of eating non-pesticide produce and organic produce is very important. Number 11. Compulsory crop and livestock insurance. De-risking the farmers from unforeseen risks. All the farmers in the project's floodplain area need to have crop and livestock insurance as a qualifying parameter for applying the scheme. Number 12. Compensation of notional loss of farmers' income. Conversion into horticulture crop by the farmer involves loss of income till the fruit trees start to yield fruits. Therefore, the notional loss of income for the farmer is to be adequately compensated by a suitable mechanism. Number 13. Online platforms. To facilitate certification of produce, access government schemes, and to obtain generic and specific crop and livestock insurance, it will be useful to make it all available through online platforms. This has already been proven to work in Rajasthan. Number 14. Convergence through nodal agency. For all the above mentioned activities, a single window clearance system by establishing one nodal agency will make the process very efficient. Forest creation in government lands through community participation. Now, when there are trees on either side of the rivers, let's see what will be the impact. The environmental impact. 21 major rivers are saved. 46,000 square kilometers of green cover are created. 140 million tons of carbon dioxide is absorbed every year, which is amounting to 6% of the national target. Increase in green cover by 4 million hectares, which is 13% of the national aspiration. In the social impact region, average farmers' income doubles in 5 years, quadruples in 10 years. Directly benefits 2.3 million farmers. Healthy lifestyle change will happen because of eating more fruits. On the economic side, the rural economy will be boosted up to 1 lakh crores, which is equivalent to 1.1% increase in GDP.